Hey guys, welcome back. I thought I would give you a costume update for FanX. I was going to vlog about going to the Schofield Reservoir, but while we did go up there, we didn't do anything more than drive around for 15 minutes because my parents felt it was too crowded. Granted, it's a weekend and it's a state park, so what are you going to do about it? So I fell back on my original idea of talking about cosplay progress. First of all, for Luke Skywalker, the brown belt I originally had for the costume has been lost. When I went to the thrift store earlier today, I could not find anything that would work. So unless that belt is hiding somewhere that I can't even think about right now, I'm gonna have to dig up a new one, and that's not gonna be as easy as I thought. The pants I have definitely made some progress on. All the buttons are gone. All of the pockets are gone. Now the decorative stitching around that pocket I still need to get rid of, as well as the decorative stitching around this part. Instead of buttons for the closure, I'm just going to use some Velcro. I still have some of that. And these fit a little bit better than they used to, but that's the least of my worries. The shirt I have not done any work on. I think after I'm done with the pants, then I'm going to move on to the shirt. I need to take these pockets off and replace them with a modified version of these and put these pockets on the arms. And of course I need to modify the collar a little bit, so it's a little shorter and it stands up like that. So it's more of a Mandarin collar and less of a another kind of collar. And the nice bit is, since I've got the blue backpack and Yoda, I want to see if I could do a Luke in training along with the Jaina Solo. This is, it used to be a thermal top, but I cut the sleeves off, and I can always sew them back on if I have to, because I tried to make it as neat as I could. But yeah, this is like the perfect color, and then this plus the cargo pants ought to work pretty well for a Luke in training. The sad bit is I did look for something like canvas high tops specifically that could be modified to be boots. There was nothing like that around, so yeah, that's gonna have to wait. So if I can't find those, I'm just gonna have to stick with the plan of doing Jaina Solo, although I would love to be Luke in training, or a feminized version of Luke in training, carrying around Yoda, since I've got the backpack and I've got Yoda, and I didn't carry either of those on the 5K because it was just too much. But yeah, that's the progress I've made for Luke so far. I stopped by the thrift store today to pick up a few things. Couldn't find the belt, couldn't find the boots, basically couldn't find anything for a Star Wars costume there, which I felt really sad about. However, I picked up about 75%, oh, I need to cut that off, of a different costume there. This is non-Star Wars. I'm going to see if I can pull off Katniss Everdeen from the Hunger Games. And when I say Katniss Everdeen, I don't mean anything elaborate. I mean her outfit during the games from the first movie. These were sort of combat-style boots that I thought would work really well, and they fit perfectly, which is more I could say for most of the stuff there. I've got a black V-neck that fits very well. I just need to take in the bottom, or shorten the bottom a little bit so it's not quite such a long shirt tail. And I did find some olive green pants. These are not cargo pants. The only olive green cargo pants they had were like insanely huge, and I couldn't think of how to take them in. So I just went with these, and these are a little bit tight, but they are size 6, which is what I normally wear. And I've got a little bit of a pooch today, so I think they'll work. I tried to find a black rain slicker that I could modify. The only one I could find had the wrong kind of sleeves. Katniss's sleeves have got elastic around the outside, and hers is also zip up and has a hood. The one I found, it was the right material, but it had snaps instead of a zipper, and that was pretty telling. I don't think there's any way I could have modified that to work, and plus there was no hood. So that's, I'm going to have to go back regularly and look for that. But if I can't find that, at the very least, I can get a cheap little Mockingjay pin that will work. And then I think between that and the bow and arrows, I should be recognizable at least. And I did do my hair sort of in a Katniss Everdeen style, but my hair is not nearly long or thick enough to completely pull it off, but I think I can do it. I already have this bow that I'm going to paint silver. This is an ancient 60s child's recurve. It's got a draw weight of like 15 pounds, but it's pretty harmless. And I have got several arrows. I would like, I think this quiver would probably work since it's fairly rough. I mean, if I can't make any other kind of quiver, I'm gonna use this one. For the arrows, I want to make them, but if I can't, I'm going to paint these silver, and hopefully that works and doesn't affect their flight. But these arrows are pretty much shot anyway. Shot, yeah. See what I did there? But I'm not going to modify my good ones. These are the cheap arrows. But what I want to do is actually make arrows to look more screen accurate. I want to get some quarter inch or 3/8. No, not 3/8. I think probably either 1/4 inch to 3/8 inch dowel, and basically make them myself. Get some stiff plastic for the fletching, because the fletching in the arrows in the Hunger Games was like sort of a clear color. And I'm not talking about when Katniss goes hunting in the beginning. This is during the actual games. But yeah, that's my progress for costumes. I want to bring my Endor Leia, but unless I can figure out the sewing machine that we have right now, that's in serious doubt. I want to see, basically my priority list is Luke/Jaina Solo first, then Katniss, and then Endor Leia. I really want to do Endor Leia because there's going to be a speeder bike prop there, and that would be the best photo op, but I have yet to find acceptable boots. I haven't made the poncho. I'm going to need to find hair extensions if it's going to work. I don't even gonna think it's going to be approvable. I found a belt that's going to work, but I want to wait a while until I've made everything else. Plus, with my trooping costumes, there's things I want to replace. I seriously doubt as to whether or not I'm going to be taking Rey this year. I don't know. I don't like posing without any weapons, and the staff I have is not approvable. So yeah, that's kind of a bummer. And I don't know, I'm kind of burned out on trooping as Rey. I just want to do my Jedi this year. Jedi, and possibly, if a miracle happens and I can get it approved, Endor Leia, and that's it. I don't want to troop as Rey. I want to focus on fun costumes this year and see if I can get some insoles for my boots so my feet aren't going to be killing me. Okay, so sorry about the gap. My battery died just as I was getting ready to sign off, but then of course I remembered I have more to say. Apart from costumes, I do have a FanX update. Thank you to everybody who very generously donated to the GoFundMe account. I have now booked a room on Airbnb. I've investigated it. The reviews are excellent. It's apparently really safe. It's pretty close to public transportation, which is a plus. Then I won't have to rely on other people to give me a ride, which is awesome. Anyway, transportation to the event is still a work in progress, but I am 90% sure I can get a ride there. I mean, my friends have told me, quote, one way or another, we will get you there. So that I'm not worried about. After I'm done with the pieces of costumes, I need to get a hold of a way to pack these things. I may end up putting them in like pillowcases and then just packing them with my regular luggage, and then, you know, wearing a different costume every day, and then bringing a spare. I don't know. I haven't worked it out yet. Food, there's the snacks that I got. As for meals, I'm going to set aside a budget, and probably since I have access to a kitchen at the place where I'm staying for Airbnb, I'll be cooking most of my meals, at least breakfast and dinner. Lunch, I'm probably going to be grabbing on the run. There's still no Star Wars actors lined up, which has me a little bit disappointed. The only one who just barely qualifies is Jason Isaacs, because he did the voice of the Grand Inquisitor in Rebels. There's some other fun names showing up, like Tom Holland, who played Spider-Man, and John Rhys Rhys Davies, who played Gimli, and who else? Sala from Indiana Jones, along with like dozens of other roles. If I could get a chance to meet him, that would be the coolest thing ever. Well, one of the coolest things ever. So there are some fun guests, but I want more Star Wars people to show up. There's still a month to go, so who knows? A lot can happen in that time. But that's about it. I'll probably give you updates on the costumes as they are completed, but that's all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see more G-rated content, whether it's Star Wars or FanX updates or whatever, go ahead and post a comment below. I cannot think of a question of the day at the moment, but I'll definitely be working on these costumes and seeing where they go. Like I said, the Luke / Jaina Solo one, I'm going to work on finishing first and then move on from there. Of course, repair the Jedi costume. If I can't get new boots, oh well, at the very least I can get insoles for the boots. That's an absolute must. And of course there's other things I'm going to need to be picking up, like moleskin for my feet and extra band-aids and airborne and hand sanitizer so I don't get sick from anybody. So yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy. I want to pick up an extra battery for this camera, but that is kind of in doubt at this point. I found a few on Amazon, but as to which ones work with a Rebel T6, a Canon Rebel T6, that's kind of up in the air. I haven't really found anything on the official Canon website because this camera is, I think, out of production, but they do have quite a few still out there that haven't been purchased yet. I don't know how else to say it. Anyway, that could be potentially complicated. So, I will see everybody again on Monday. I hope that vlog is more interesting. I haven't really planned it out yet. Oops! And until then, God bless, and may the Force be with you. Bye!